Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about 5 things you should check when buying a used Lincoln MKZ. Lincoln does not make the MKZ anymore, so you can only buy used ones, and the used ones have become very affordable now. You can pick one up for less than $30,000 Canadian. This video is a list of things that I would look for when purchasing a MKZ. I know many of you guys are watching without subscribing, so hit that subscribe button and show your support to my channel. It means a lot to me. If you want to connect with other Lincoln MKZ owners, check out the Real Lincoln MKZ Facebook enthusiast group online. Let's get right into the video, shall we? The first thing you want to check for are underneath the door panels for rust. A common problem with the MKZ is that the bottom of the door sill starts to rust. As you can see, my doors have already started to rust. I don't have warranty anymore, and out of warranty cost to fix the rust is over $1,500 per door panel. It's a time-consuming process as you'll have to remove the old seam sealer, rust treat, prime, and paint. If not done right, you will have to do it again in no time. If you don't have warranty, go to any body shop and ask for a quote because you don't want rust to grow. You can also fix it yourself if you are handy, but you gotta make sure it's done right. So the rust is definitely something you want to check out for before purchasing a Lincoln MKZ. Since we are still outside the vehicle, if you have the Pano roof, you will have a couple of trim pieces that usually end up fading and peeling, so make sure to look for that. As you can see, mine is already starting to fade and peel. My car has seen the worst of weathers, from extreme cold to heat, and this sort of wear is expected. That being said, you can also have it wrapped, which is cost effective compared to replacing them. So it's ultimately your call. I do plan on wrapping this soon, so I'll do a video on that when I can. Next thing you want to look out for is the factory door code. I've seen many people struggle, including myself, to create their own door pin because they don't have the factory door code. Make sure to check your glove box and see if you have the factory door code inside there. If you don't, you will need to go under the driver's side dash, unbolt the fuse box from the firewall, and the code is printed to the back side. Pull the back side out and use a mirror to look at the code stamped in the unit. My 2019 didn't come with the code, but thankfully my 2015 did. As you can see here, it was in the manual pouch. The door code is such a handy feature, and I was really frustrated when I couldn't customize it on my 2019. So it's a good thing to check for that, so your dealership or private seller may be able to help locate the code if it's not there for you. Next thing to check for is inside the vehicle, and that is to see if the heated and cooled seats work. These things are known for the heated seat control module harness to go bad. Usually it's just the harness to the module that overheats and melts, but the module itself can go bad as well. My heated and cooled seats unfortunately don't work on my 2015 MKZ, but luckily it's a fix that can be done by yourself. I'll be doing a video soon on how to repair it, so stay tuned. The control module is located underneath the front passenger seat, so where I'm sitting. I made a video on how to remove the seat, so check that out on my channel. I've been living without heated and cooled seats for almost 2 years now, and I really miss it. So definitely check that out before purchasing the vehicle. While we are inside the cabin, another thing to check for are the front pillar trim. as they tend to bubble, as you can see here. These are not that expensive to replace, but it's something you could get fixed before purchasing. My Oldsmobile Aurora has the same issue with its front pillar trim. It's just an age-related thing, and especially if your vehicle has been sitting out in the sun a lot, it's just to be expected. Another thing you should check for is the service record and vehicle history. I know this is something you should check on all vehicles, but put a lot of time into the smaller claims. Check to see if all the maintenance was being done on time for the vehicle. This is very important in determining the longevity of the car. Make sure to see if it's a rebuilt car or if it's been in an accident. My car was in a rear end collision and it was repaired before I purchased the vehicle back in 2019. And the repair wasn't the best job because my panel gap on the trunk lid is larger on one side than the other. Of course, it does not bother me, but it may bother some, so really look into the service record and vehicle history before purchasing a Lincoln MKZ. I remember I went to a car show and I parked my car beside another Lincoln LS, and I've actually had some people point out the panel gap in the rear, which kind of surprised me, if I'm being honest. I didn't think people would notice it, but they did, and again, like I said, it doesn't bother me, but it might be an eyesore for some people. Last but not least, this is something you should do with all cars before you purchase, but people don't, and that is to inspect underneath the car for any damages or fluid leaks. Most of the belly of the Lincoln MKZ is covered with a carpet-like material, so it may be difficult to check for leaks. You can also get a private mechanic to lift up the vehicle and look underneath to see if there are any leaks. The Lincoln MKZ is not known for oil leaks and such, but on the 3.7 liter V6 engine, coolant is known to seep out from the water pump. So if you're buying an MKZ with the 3.7 liter V6, make sure to check for coolant leaks underneath the vehicle. Thoroughly inspect the engine bay to see if there are any seepage of any sort, and also look to see if there has been any signs of rodent activity in the engine bay. I've had a mouse live in my engine filter for the longest time when I bought the car in 2019. Critters can be dangerous because they can literally total your vehicle. My GMC Envoy was almost a victim, but I caught the mouse in time. Otherwise, it would have chewed through all my wires. That's going to be it for today's video, folks. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and let me hear your thoughts in the comments down below. See you all next time.